Going back to the game in the regular season, then obviously you were playing Colchester at their place. You scored the penalty to get the draw on that day. How difficult of a place is it to go down there and get something from Colchester?
They're a very good side. They got players that can hurt any opposition in the league. We know that. We've worked a little bit on that. But we've got weaknesses like most clubs have, like all clubs have in each league, and we're going to try and work on that. But it's a tough place to go. Good players in the squad, but as you say, we got a draw there last time, so we can take positives from that game and into Thursday's game.
Two teams that have both excelled in cup competitions this season, obviously yourselves in the leasing and them in the Carabao Cup. It's something that's showing that League Two is on the rise, isn't it? It can be more competitive than they would have done in previous years.
Yeah, 100%. We speak about that a lot. I mean, if we did get promoted into League One, we've played against League One clubs in the cup this year. We played Ipswich, Oxford, obviously Portsmouth in the semis, which is really unlucky. But we've proved that we can match teams like that. And as you say, League Two, I think for me personally, it's on the rise. Especially now with hopefully a lot of people will be watching Thursday's game. Hopefully we can give them something to get excited about. But as you say, we've done really well against the bigger teams in this league and League One clubs.
Obviously, it was your first season, albeit a little bit of a half a season after joining in January last year. You, like Michelle said, you finished just outside the playoffs. I think it was one spot in the end, or 1 point even. How much is it nice to get back to it this year and obviously put that disappointment of only missing out by a point, but getting back into it this year? It's kind of the next step, really, isn't it, in your journey at Exeter?
Yeah, obviously we've improved. This is my first proper full season this year at Exeter. Disappointed last year. I mean, we needed to win against Forest Green in the last game. We didn't manage to do that. We got a point, and if we'd have won, we'd have got in there. But that's last season, and this season we've done so much better. We've spent the majority of the season in the top three, so we've been in and around the top spots. We finished, I think it was fifth in the end, so we're in the playoffs. And as I say, we've got a big opportunity ahead of us, and hopefully we can take that.
You mentioned it a couple of minutes ago as well, that you've not tasted the best of memories when it comes to players. I think it was Fleetwood Town when you were at York that you went out to.
Yeah.
How vital is it to not feel that same pain again this time around? I know it's obviously 5 or 6 years later on, but you never want to feel the pain that you would have done previously.
I mean, yeah, it's hugely disappointing. I mean, I've never, me personally, got to a final, but when I speak to the boys that I've been there and done it at Wembley for Exeter, it's just huge disappointment for them. As I say, I didn't get to the final that year, but it's just, you just feel it. It's just not one of them things that you get over the next few days. It takes a while to get over. So obviously you don't want to feel like that again. So as I say, we're going to give it our all, give it everything we've got, and what will be will be.
You've enjoyed some positive times, obviously, during your spell here. But what's been the biggest thing for you so far? Is it kind of working under a manager who's been receiving a lot of plaudits for the way he's taken charge and taken Exeter to the next level? Or is it more of a personal thing where you've returned more goals than you have done over the last couple of seasons in your own career?
Yeah, it's both for me. I mean, rightly so, the manager's been getting credit for what he's done. He's great with me and the boys on the training field and in games. If you need someone to speak to, he's there for you. He's there so you can speak about problems on the field, off the field to him. So that's really good to have. Me personally, I hit the 14 mark. Most I've got is, I think, 20 in one season. That was the conference. I've only had one spell of League Two. That was for York. I got 8 goals. So, sorry. Personally, to get 14 with 9 games still to play, what would have been, is really positive. So hopefully take that into the playoff games.
You just talked about there, you've reached 14 this year. I think one of your targets was to make it to 20. You're a little bit disappointed that the season was cut short in that respect to reach your target that you were after.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you want to finish the season, and what could it be? You can look at what could it be. I mean, I might not have scored again for another 9 games. You don't know that. But as I say, our opportunity is what we've got ahead of us. If you can get a goal or 2 in the semi-finals and get to the final, get promoted and score a few goals, then I'd take getting promoted over that any day.
So we're expecting 6 off you in the next 3 games at least.
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
One of the players who have been kind of the sidekick to the goal scorers this year has been Randall Williams. He's been outstanding. 14 assists is the league highest. What's it like playing along someone like him, who's obviously a playmaker in his own right?
Yeah, of course. It gives you that boost. I mean, every day in day out on the training field, he's working on his crosses, working on his dribbling. He's obviously is one of the quickest wingers in the league. I've run with him for away games as well, so we've got that really good connection. We got on really well together. And yeah, I mean, to have someone like that on the wing for you, delivering for you, obviously it's going to give you a boost. And he's got 15 assists, so he's done really well too.
Is this the year that Exeter do then? Like Michelle mentioned before, I think it's 3 seasons in the final where they've lost to Coventry and Blackpool. And is it that year where it finally feels like this has got to be the year where we end that heartbreak, so to speak?
Well, they do say a third time lucky, don't they? But no, obviously disappointing them 2 seasons. But you know, we've got another chance, and we'll give it our all. Hopefully, as I say, this is our year.
We've all mentioned about how excited we are about the football coming back and how important that it stays back. If you had one message to the supporters, rather than like instead of saying we're all behind you and stuff like that, how important is it to them to stay at home and make sure they watch it on the TV so that the games can continue to go ahead as the season unfolds?
Of course, yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, people's safety. That's why they put it on. You know, they put it on it's on the TV for people to watch. Exeter fans I know they're really good people when you speak to them out the ground. I don't think we'll get any people that'll ruin that or go against the government guidelines. They'll all stay at home watchers, and hopefully we'll give them something to celebrate